Hello, welcome. My name is JV5Guy, and I am here to tell you that, sorry about me being a little quiet. It's because it's late at night. I don't want to wake anybody up. So we are going to be playing Ballz 3D. This is a game I have on the Sega Genesis. We go ahead and go to options. However, we are playing the SNES version today. Let's just not even mess with it, because we're just going to be messing around with combos. You really want it to be silent, because it's literally cancer when it comes to this hyper mode. Now, since you're using a GameCube controller on Dolphin, this would be the ideal thing. You're going to have it as, well, shoot. That seems like the best configuration. It says something about a Wiimote being disconnected. There are no Wiimotes. Okay, so now we have the characters. Ideally, we want to play the 3DO version, because there is more characters. However, Kronk is broken, and I can demonstrate why if my computer allows. I would originally play this on a capture card device, but my capture card device is apparently not working right now, so I am looking to find a replacement. So, we have the character Kronk, Boomer, Bruiser, Turbo, to Tsunami, Yoko, Divine, Crusher, and back to Kronk. Really, if you know the morphs and you become good at the game, it won't matter who you pick, because then you can literally play as Kronk and then morph into somebody like Rhino, Crusher, whatever you need to know, but each character will morph into each other. So we're going to play Kronk. The game may look like it's laggy, but this is my limitations of computer with Dolphin emulator. The SNES version is often censored. Kronk has good reach when it comes to the game. Right now it doesn't feel like much because I'm not used to this frames per second with this game. So I'm doing my best to try to pull off the best moves. I just morphed into Rhino, and at the end of each match, you will morph back into the character you chose. Apparently, I've been dizzied, and now I'm dead. Boomer is also another broken character. Now, if you ever read the manual, it will say Turbo is the only character with ranged attacks. Boomer has ranged attacks. That is not mentioned. Looking good. I only lost the first match. If you to hold directly back from the player, you will block, obviously. But if they start to shift planes, which this game often does, you might be able to lose much of that. Shit. I'm definitely not used to this. It's my limitations of my computer at the moment, until I get a better one. I'm really just trying to showcase combos, but it's becoming a little bit impossible. So let me try something else. Now, I really didn't want to replay this match, but I guess I'll have to. Boom, boom, boom. I hit the wrong button, because I'm not fucking used to it. You gotta tap the button like a freaking god. This emulator. Which is not what I really intended to want to even do. This is what I call plane reaching. Is when you take the extent of one person's aerial move and you try to reach into the other character and gaining a hit. Oh boy. Yoko can actually short hop. I mean Tsunami can actually short hop. Now we're on Yoko. Apparently Yoko's also broken as animal characters. And he can also perform the plane reaching. to change into the other character, you have to press left or right, and it would be the attack and jump button. You keep doing that, and you will end up morphing into one of the few characters. As mentioned before, I will end up going back to the regular form of Kronk. Now, Kronk has some good advantages over some characters, while also has disadvantages like any other fighting game. I also feel like whoever ported this should use the Genesis version. So I feel like the Genesis version, even though it has just a little bit bad texture quality to it, I feel like the Genesis version should be the standard, despite the SNES version. Just like any other fighting game, this also has low, medium, and high. But it really doesn't matter where you hit the person, unlike some fighting games. In doing the air reaching, or the plane reaching, you're able to actually sneak in a hit on somebody. Fairly simple tech to perform. You can hold the attack out. Now the only problem is you're more liable to get grabbed, which I probably just lost. Yeah. Which would be this game's version of fatalities. Boom. Shit. Now, apparently, what you just saw was a glitched boomer. And he's taunting by twerking. Jumping and going toward the screen will gain distance, obviously, because you got to take advantage of this pseudo 3D plane. A lot of game reviewers will end up knocking this game down because they cannot get to the mechanics of the game. Thing is, you have to be frame perfect, which most fighting game players usually are. trying to follow up on a combo there. And there you have it. Now, if the game ran better on my computer, I'd probably be able to show a little bit better things to happen. The creator of the WAD, on his repository, I am encouraging that he should make a Genesis version to see if it runs any better. Because right now, I'm only seeing a max frames of 30 frames per second, which isn't that great, really. Because Dolphin should be able to push out any 30 frame per second game to at least 60 to make it have a current flow. But right now, the game feels choppy because of the WAD. If I were to play on an emulator like the SNES emulator or the Genesis emulator, I would most likely have good frames. This could be because of Dolphin, this could be because of anything. This game has some depth into it. Some depth. What the heck? This game has some depth into it, and there is a multitude of things that could be recognized because people overlook it. Anyways, the scene will only grow bigger as, assuming that there's going to be a scene, which there will be a link up to the Discord in the description for obscure fighting games. It's much harder to do it on this for some reason than it is the Genesis. I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that. And there will be more content coming depending if this game continues to grow, and hopefully it doesn't have to be limited to Dolphin. We can bring it to SNES or to the Genesis version. Either one has netplay would be preferred. Go ahead and drop a subscribe on the video, like the video, and follow me on Twitter. You can find me on Twitter. There's nothing's impossible. So, see you until next time. This video wasn't very long. I probably won't edit it. Until next time.